The situation started getting serious the moment news broke about the death tied to NBA YoungBoy's brother.
Police say a fight escalated, ending in gunfire and leaving 2 men in critical condition.
This wasn't just another story in the background. It immediately put pressure on everyone connected, especially after YoungBoy responded publicly, because somewhere inside that restaurant, a group of men surrounded a single individual.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Jigga with JiggaTV.com. You already know what the deal is. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Ring that bell for notifications. You want to get these updates, man. We locked in. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below, please. I appreciate all y'all support. Hey, today we about to jump into this NBA YoungBoy. He's sending an unaliving message to Allstar JR about Allstar JR unaliving his brother. It's wild work, y'all. Shout out to Rap Threads. We're going to be reacting to this, y'all. Let's jump right into this content, see what's going on in these streets.
The situation started getting serious the moment news broke about the death tied to NBA YoungBoy's brother.
Police say a fight escalated, ending in gunfire and leaving 2 men in critical condition.
This wasn't just another story in the background. It immediately put pressure on everyone connected, especially after YoungBoy responded publicly, because somewhere inside that restaurant, a group of men surrounded a single individual, pushed him to the ground, started ripping chains off his neck. Now, under normal circumstances, that man might have taken the L and lived to fight another day. But this wasn't just any man. This was Allstar JR.
Yo, my man Allstar JR out here standing on business, man. He is like a superhero right now. No, any other man would have took an L, but no, this is not no normal man. This is Allstar JR. Keep going, man.
This was Allstar JR, Detroit rapper, Joy Road raised. Been in the trenches since before you ever heard his name on a track. And Allstar JR, he came prepared. Shots ring out. People are scrambling, diving behind tables, chairs flying. The aftermath hits social media within minutes. Somebody posted, "Bro, why somebody just got from inside the scene." That's how fast this spread. That's how loud this got. But here's the part that made the entire rap internet freeze. The people who allegedly tried to run Allstar JR's pockets, they were connected to NBA YoungBoy. One of them,
that part.
NBA, Ben 10, a close affiliate, ended up in very critical condition at a Houston hospital. And that ain't even the wildest part yet. The wildest part? Allstar JR went straight back to Detroit, walked into a jewelry store, and posted about it on the internet like he was shopping for shoes. Y'all need to hear all of this. Let me break it down for you.
Break it down, brother.
To understand how we even got to a Houston restaurant at midnight with chains flying and guns out, we gotta go back. We gotta understand who Allstar JR actually is. Because if you're not from Detroit or deep in the rap underground, you might be sleeping on this man. Jeremy Ford, born February 6, 1994, Detroit, Michigan, Joy Road on the west side. Mind, if you know Detroit geography, you already know what that means. That's not a neighborhood that produces soft individuals. He came up hard. Single mother raised him. By his own admission in a 2022 No Jumper interview, he was stealing and boosting cars by the time he was a teenager, which led to jail time before he ever had a music career. But here's what separates Allstar JR from just another street dude who picked up a mic. He actually had talent. He linked up with a Detroit collective called All Stars Ball Hard. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it should. That same crew also produced T Grizzly, one of Detroit's most recognizable rap exports of the last decade. Allstar JR, Allstar Lee, Allstar Poe, these weren't just a rap group, they were a whole movement out of the D.
Damn, there's a whole bunch of All-Star. I didn't even know that, man. Yeah, he's good. He was giving up some in-depth details about the All-Star team, man. Shout out to my guy who put this together. For real, this is dope.
Dropping mixtapes, Get a Bag or Go Home, Blowing the Extras, Cases Pending. The titles alone tell you everything about the philosophy. He broke through in 2017 with his debut track Intro, and since then he's been building his lane steadily. He's not a household name to the mainstream, but in Detroit, the streets know. And in hip-hop circles that actually keep tabs on who's real recognize real. Now here's something important about Allstar JR that becomes very relevant later. This man has siblings, multiple brothers, and in a 2022 interview, when asked about his family, he kept it fairly close to the chest. He acknowledged his people but didn't put them in the spotlight. That's a Detroit thing. That's a street thing. You protect what's yours by not broadcasting it. Keep that in mind. So that's who JR is. Detroit product, street pedigree, mid-level rap career with genuine credibility in the underground. Not famous enough to have security everywhere he goes, but not soft enough to let anybody run up on him without consequence. That combination. That's exactly how we ended up in this situation. Now on the other side of this equation, you've got the NBA YoungBoy universe. And this is a whole ecosystem unto itself, gang. Kentrell Gaulden, born October 20th, 1999, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. If you don't know by now, NBA YoungBoy is arguably the most prolific rapper of his generation. The numbers don't lie. Consistently one of the most streamed artists in the entire game. A fan base that rides for him harder than almost any other artist alive, and a catalog so deep it would take you days to get through it. Complex named him Best Rapper Alive for 2025. Best Rapper
Shout out to
Alive.
NBA
That's not
YoungBoy.
a small statement. But YoungBoy's world has always been complex, and I don't mean that as a pun. From the beginning of his career, YB has operated with a circle around him, a camp of people who move with him, for him, and in his name. Some of them are family, some of them are affiliates, some of them are signed to his label, and some of them, and this is relevant, are people who carry his name in the streets even when YB himself is nowhere around. One of those people is NBA Ben 10, real name Ben Anthony Fields. Ben 10 is a 26-year-old rapper from Baton Rouge, a direct affiliate of YoungBoy, and someone who runs in that innermost circle. He's got collaborations with YB. He moves with OG33, who is YoungBoy's manager. These are not peripheral people. Ben 10 is genuine inner circle. Now rewind to the night of April 9th, 2026. Hours before the shooting at Confessions restaurant, Ben 10 posted an Instagram story. He was hanging with OG33 in Houston. He was tagging people. He was lit. He had no idea what the next few hours were going to look like. And that Instagram story, it became a timestamp, a digital receipt for where he was and who he was with right before everything went sideways. But wait, there's another name we need to introduce here. A name that took this situation from local beef to national conversation in about 12 hours. J. Prince Jr., son of legendary Houston rap mogul J. Prince.
He started it all.
J. Prince Jr. has his own reputation, his own connections, and his own presence in the Houston scene. According to video footage that spread everywhere on April 10th, caught by Daily Loud and spread instantly, J. Prince Jr. was allegedly present at Confessions restaurant that night, right there, in the building when everything went down. That detail alone changed the entire temperature of this story, because now you're not just talking about a chain snatching gone wrong. You're talking about serious power in the room. You're talking about alleged coordination, and you're talking about consequences that reach way beyond two rappers beefing over a chain. April 9th, 2026, Confessions Restaurant, 3200 block of Kirby Drive, Houston. It's 11:30 p.m. Allstar JR is at this location. Now, what exactly brought him to Houston that night? We don't know the full picture yet, but what we do know is what Houston Police Department Lieutenant R. Wilkins laid out in his statement to media and what security footage reportedly captured. According to Lieutenant Wilkins, a group of men confronted Allstar Jr. inside the restaurant. The confrontation was not random. Police noted it appeared possible they knew this guy. These weren't opportunistic thieves who saw a chain and got greedy in the moment. This was allegedly targeted. Somebody knew JR was going to be there. Somebody knew what he was wearing. Somebody allegedly set this up. What happened next was 30 seconds to a minute of chaos. Multiple men surrounded Allstar Jr. They forced him to the ground. They started ripping his chains off his neck. Think about that for a second. This man is on the floor. Multiple people on top of him, trying to take everything off his neck. For most people, that's where the story ends. You take the L, you go home, you live. But Allstar Jr. had a pistol, and at some point while he was on the ground getting his chains stripped, he got to that pistol. And Lieutenant Wilkins described what happened next very clearly. The alleged shooter presented a pistol and started shooting random.
I don't think Allstar JR had a pistol, y'all, respectfully. I believe, from what I've heard in sources, is that they had the pistol, they dropped it, and he got it and start upping it on them. That's what I heard. But it's a good story. Let them keep going.
Two people got hit, both transported to local hospitals, both in very critical condition. One of those two people was NBA Ben 10. Now picture the scene inside that restaurant. People screaming, chairs knocked over. Somebody posted from inside, "Bro, why somebody just got killed?" People diving behind tables. Complete and total chaos. And somewhere in all of that, Allstar JR walked out. Here's where it gets crazy. The investigation, per Lieutenant Wilkins, was just getting started, but the detective work, that happened online before HPD even finished their initial report. Within hours of the shooting, social media became a crime scene of its own, but this is where Allstar JR did something that made jaws drop all across hip-hop Twitter, all across Instagram, everywhere. He went back to Detroit, and then he posted. DJ Academics caught it, because Academics catches everything. Allstar JR uploaded a carousel of photos from inside a jewelry store in Detroit. New chains, fresh ice. If the visual alone wasn't loud enough, the caption made it absolutely deafening. He wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here because the original post is all the evidence you need, that he had to rush back to Detroit to get new jewelry because his previous pieces allegedly went to the hospital with Ben 10. Family, read that again. He went and bought new chains and posted about it the same night, or within hours. And if you scrolled further through that carousel, because there was more, there was another message, suggesting, allegedly, that he shot somebody who thought they had mob ties and found out different. This wasn't a man running. This wasn't someone scared of the consequences. This was a statement, a very deliberate, very calculated, very Detroit statement. In the streets, they call that sending a message. And Allstar JR sent it in 4K with geotags. The internet went absolutely insane. JR closed the elevator on Ron started trending in hip-hop spaces. OG3 left them in tags. That's a reference to OG33, YoungBoy's manager, allegedly dipping out during the situation. All that playing, as in, all that playing games is done. Every hashtag in that post was a coded message to anyone who knew how to read it, and people were reading it. Detroit started celebrating their guy, NBA. YoungBoy's fan base, the 4KT gang, was in their feelings. Hip-hop media went into full breakdown mode. Academics was live. WorldStar had the footage. It was everywhere, all at once. But wait, it gets worse. Or better, depending on whose side you're on. Now here's where people started connecting the dots. And the dots, gang, they connected fast. First question everybody asked, how did Allstar Jr. end up in Houston in the first place? And more importantly, who knew he was going to be at Confessions that night? Because Lieutenant Wilkins made it clear this looked like a targeted situation. It appeared possible they knew this guy. That's police language for somebody tipped somebody off. Enter J. Prince Jr. Video footage caught by Daily Loud showed J. Prince Jr. allegedly present at the scene. Now, J. Prince Jr. has not been charged with anything. Let's be crystal clear about that. But investigators, according to DJ Academics, were allegedly building a case examining whether J. Prince Jr. played a role in setting up the chain snatching that led to the shooting. Academics went as far as calling Detroit Mayor Dogface to break down the Allstar Jr. angle and how J. Prince Jr. might be tied into the bigger picture. Think about what that means if true. If J. Prince Jr., the son of one of Houston's most connected figures in rap, was allegedly involved in orchestrating a robbery targeting a Detroit rapper who then shot two people connected to NBA YoungBoy, that's not just beef. That's a geopolitical situation. Detroit versus Houston, YoungBoy's camp versus T Grizzly's world, mob ties versus the All-Stars. Now, separate from J. Prince Jr., there's the question of NBA YoungBoy himself. Where is YB in all of this? Here's the real tea. YoungBoy was silent publicly. No posts, no stories, no reactions. And that silence was louder than any caption Allstar JR wrote. Because YB is not known for being quiet when his people get touched. His history speaks for itself. So when he goes dark, people start watching. People start wondering what the next move looks like. And there's one more layer that people keep overlooking in this conversation. Ben 10's own Instagram story from earlier that night. He posted with OG33, YoungBoy's manager, hours before the shooting. He was tagging YoungBoy camp members. He was posting about being in Houston with the team. So this wasn't Ben 10 just out here randomly. He was allegedly moving with intention that night. And that intention allegedly led him directly into a situation he did not see coming. The street's been talking about this for weeks. Theories everywhere. Was it a setup from inside? Was it opportunistic? Was Allstar Jr. even supposed to be there? Nobody has the full picture yet, but everybody's got a piece of it. Let's talk about what happened after the smoke. Literally, cleared. NBA Ben 10 survived. His family debunked initial reports of his death quickly. He was shot multiple times in the torso and extremities. Both he and the other victim were transported in very critical condition.
So the shooting is drawing a lot of attention online, with many people identifying one of the two men shot as NBA Ben 10, an affiliate of rapper NBA YoungBoy.
He's alive, but this was not a minor incident. His body took serious damage that night inside confessions. Allstar JR, as of the latest reporting, had not been arrested. Police were still investigating. Houston PD had video, they had witnesses talking, they had a case to build. But as of the immediate aftermath, JR was in Detroit posting new jewelry, absolutely not acting like a man who was worried about what came next. Detroit's response? Celebration. Real talk. The Detroit rap community, at least publicly, treated Allstar JR like he handled his business. You gotta understand street politics here, fam. In the culture, getting robbed and not doing anything about it carries its own consequences. Allstar JR allegedly didn't go out like that. Whether or not that's morally right is a whole separate conversation, but in terms of how the streets view it, they viewed it as he stood on business. J. Prince Jr. was navigating a completely different kind of heat. Investigators allegedly building a case around his alleged involvement in setting up the robbery. J. Prince Jr. and his camp's response to these allegations, largely silent, at least publicly, as of the most recent reporting. That silence getting interpreted in 1,000 different ways on every platform. NBA YoungBoy's camp had to process one of their own getting shot, allegedly during a botched robbery attempt that blew up completely in their faces. And here's the bigger issue. Ben 10 posted before the incident that he felt it was his fault for something related to the situation. He referenced a brother. He sent a heartbreak emoji. He was expressing guilt about something that had been building. That Instagram story, read in hindsight, reads like a man who knew something was brewing and felt responsible for the energy he was contributing to. The rap internet didn't let any of that go unanalyzed. Every caption, every emoji, every geotag, screenshot and dissected 1,000 times over. That's the world we're in now, gang. Every post is evidence. Every hashtag is a confession. The streets and the timeline are the same place. Zoom out with me for a second, because this situation, yet as wild as it is on the surface, is actually a symptom of something much bigger that's been happening in hip-hop for years. We are in an era where rap geography means something again. Detroit versus Houston, Baton Rouge versus Chicago. These aren't just cities anymore. They're allegiances, they're power structures, they're ecosystems of money, music, and real-life stakes. And when those worlds collide, it doesn't stay in the comments section. Allstar JR, coming from the same Detroit collective as T Grizzly, puts him in a very specific lane. T Grizzly has his own history with the NBA YoungBoy camp, connections and tensions that go back years, that we've seen play out in bars, in social media posts, in the background of dozens of situations that most casual fans never fully connected. Worlds have brushed against each other. It just might be the loudest. And then there's the J. Prince element. J. Prince, the father, built an empire in Houston based on power, respect, and the understanding that certain rules govern how you move in the game. His name carries generational weight in hip-hop, so when his son allegedly gets connected to a situation like this, a botched robbery, a shooting, 2 men in the hospital, that's not just a news story, that's a shift. That's the kind of moment that reshapes relationships, allegiances, and power dynamics in ways that take years to fully understand. For NBA YoungBoy specifically, Complex's best rapper alive for 2025, a man who's been through federal charges, house arrest, the loss of people close to him, a beef history as long as a CVS receipt. This is one more entry in a story that refuses to let him just be a musician. YB said in his Complex interview that he just wants peace. He wants his mama happy. He wants to make music. He wants Grammys. And yet the world around him keeps creating situations that drag everything back to the streets. That's the tragedy underneath all of this that nobody wants to talk about. These are real people. Ben 10 is a real person who got shot multiple times and almost didn't survive. Allstar Jr. is a real person who allegedly had to defend himself from multiple attackers trying to rob him. J. Prince Jr. is a real person with a family name to carry. And NBA YoungBoy is a real person who watched his affiliate almost die. No cap, the music is incredible, the culture is real, but the consequences, those are real too. And they don't discriminate based on how many streams you've got or how hot your last project was. So here's where we at right now, fam. April 2026, the investigation is still open. Houston PD has video footage, they got witnesses on scene who were talking, and this case is still very much developing. Allstar Jr. has not been arrested as of the latest reporting. J. Prince Jr. has not been charged with anything. NBA Ben 10 is alive and recovering. But don't let that everybody lived narrative make you think this situation is resolved, because it is not. Let's start with the legal piece, because this is where it gets real serious, real fast. Houston PD said they had good video from inside confessions. They had people on scene talking to investigators that same night. That means they're building a picture. And in 2026, between restaurant cameras, phone footage, and the fact that Allstar JR essentially posted a play-by-play on his own Instagram afterward, law enforcement has a lot to work with. The question isn't whether charges come. The question is who they come for and when. Does JR catch a case for the shooting, even if it was self-defense? Does J. Prince Jr. catch conspiracy charges if investigators can prove he allegedly coordinated the robbery attempt? These are not hypothetical questions. These are live wires right now. And here's something nobody's talking about enough. Allstar JR's social media post might actually help his defense. Think about it from a legal standpoint. If you were the aggressor, you don't post about it publicly before the investigation closes. His captions, read a certain way, actually reinforce the self-defense narrative. My man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. That's him saying they got his chains. That corroborates what police described. That's receipts for his own version of events. Whether intentional or not, JR's internet behavior might be working in his legal favor, even while it's reckless as hell from a street standpoint. Now, does NBA YoungBoy respond? Not publicly yet. And honestly, that tells you something. Because YB is not a man known for swallowing disrespect quietly. His whole career has been a masterclass in going straight at whoever he feels some type of way about. Lil Durk, NBA, Ben 10's own pre-shooting posts, referencing feeling guilty about something building, the whole camp was in motion that night. So when YB goes quiet in the aftermath of one of his closest affiliates getting shot, that silence is either strategy or it's something deeper. He's processing. He told Complex he just wants peace. He wants to make music. He's got slime cry dropping. He's got count in the chamber. YB processes pain through music, always has. If this situation is still unresolved in his mind when those projects drop, we are going to hear it, bar for bar. And knowing YB's pen, it's not going to be subtle. Does the Houston-Detroit dynamic escalate beyond this? That's the question that keeps real ones up at night. Because right now, the connective tissue between these worlds runs deep. Allstar JR comes from the same collective as T Grizzly. T Grizzly has his own complicated history adjacent to the YoungBoy universe. Their worlds have been circling each other for years. J. Prince Jr. is Houston royalty with his own network that extends across the entire game. You pull on any one of these threads and the whole web starts to move. The chess pieces are all on the board. Nobody's picked up a piece publicly yet, but somebody will. And what about J. Prince Jr. specifically? Because this might be the most significant subplot of this entire situation. J. Prince Sr. built something in Houston that transcended rap. He built power. Institutional, generational, untouchable power. His name has protected people in this industry for decades. So if his son, J. Prince Jr., ends up facing actual criminal liability over an alleged robbery setup that went catastrophically wrong, that's not just a headline. That's a seismic event for Houston hip-hop. That's a legacy conversation. That's the kind of thing that reshapes how the entire city moves going forward. Nobody with sense wants that kind of heat on their family name, and yet here we are. Y'all need to stay locked in on this one, because what started as a chain snatching at a Houston restaurant has turned into one of the most layered, most connected, most consequential situations to hit the culture in 2026. Allstar JR walked into confessions that night as a mid-level Detroit rapper most of the mainstream had never heard of. He walked out, allegedly, as someone the entire game just got a crash course on. His name is in every hip-hop conversation right now.
Allstar JR, nigga!
Raised, Joy Road forged, Allstar's ball-hard built mentality was on full display, and the whole culture watched. Detroit don't fold. That's the message. Whether you agree with how it was delivered or not, whether you think self-defense justified the outcome or think this whole night could have been avoided, that's the message that left Confessions Restaurant on April 9th, 2026 and landed on every phone, every timeline, every group chat in hip-hop. So I'm asking y'all directly, Do you think Allstar Jr. was justified in what he allegedly did? Do you think J. Prince Jr. faces actual charges when this investigation closes? And NBA YoungBoy, does he respond in the music, in the streets, or does he stay quiet and let it be? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Like the video if this broke it down for you.
Shout out to my bro for doing that. That was a dope video. Make sure y'all smash that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Shout out to Rap Threads for doing that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think NBA YoungBoy should respond, and I think that J. Prince Jr., you know, I don't know if he's gonna be looking at some legal actions or not, but he just needs to leave the streets alone, brother. Do something more productive. He always in a mix with something, man. It's your boy Jigga with Jigga TV. Make sure y'all hit that comment, share this video. And I'll leave the link to the original post as well in the description. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Jigga TV, kids. It's the one.
Jigga TV.
You already know.
You already know that.
It's your boy CJ, man. Shout out to Jigga TV.
You're rocking with the best.
What up, y'all? This is Ice Spice in the mix with Lamont Pete, aka LA Drake.
Hey everyone, Lamont Pete here, representing JiggaTV.com. I'm calling on all artists, creators, and business owners. This is the place to be for amazing resources. Our platform offers a wide variety of membership options and expert coaches to guide you on your journey to success. Join us and unlock the full potential of your talents and ventures.
You're in the mix. Lamont P, aka LA Dre.